In this video, we'll be demonstrating how to enter a functional screen in New Hampshire Easy. For this demonstration, the area agency will go into the View Dashboard screen. And we'll be carrying on here with one of the individuals that we were working with previously. From the dashboard, you can get a list of individuals who need a functional screen done by clicking on this number, or you can search for them using the intake search. I'm going to do that first. So we're going to search for an intake for Mr. Truman, because he is the person I'm doing a functional screen for. So I can see his functional screen is pending. From this list, over to the right, I have two things that I can do for him. This clipboard is how we would initiate a functional screen. This R is how I would enter registry records. So to make a new functional screen, we simply click that keyboard, and then we're brought into the functional screen section. You'll come to the activity page as a landing spot. If you wanted to make a comment here, you could do so. But to begin with the functional screen, you can click Next, or come over here and use this navigation bar. So we start with section A. We're entering the type of functional screen. This will default to the type of waiver you entered in the intake side. We had already said that Harry is interested in the DD waiver, so that will populate here. You are, however, able to change it, and this could happen if you have someone who's currently receiving in-home supports. So that's what you have over there, and now they're aging in and they need to apply for DD. Typically, though, this will be the same thing it was on the intake side. These questions should look very similar. They come pretty much straight from the functional screen. Depending on what you choose here, you may need to provide a certification number. Say you don't have one yet, we don't have one selected, you can pick NA. Same for residential services. As you complete each section, on the left side, you'll see a green check mark show that it's been completed. Now here we have the contact information can be seen by expanding this. Diagnosis information can be seen here. This is going to pull straight from what was put into intake. If this needs to be changed, you'll need to search for the person in intake and make the update there. So we come through here and we make selections. Something needs to be picked in every choice, otherwise you won't be allowed to proceed. And then we move through each section here. Again, something needs to be selected in every section. For transferring, and there might be another like this elsewhere, if you choose that helpers are required, you can specify if it's a one-person or two-person help. Once all the choices have been completed, you can move on to the next screen. We can navigate back to sections that have already been completed using this left navigation bar or hop around. You can't move forward to a future section until you fill out the most recent one. If you choose less than 24 hours here, you'll be asked to indicate how many hours, and this needs to be a number. You don't need to type in 2 hours per day, just the number 2. And once that's done, you can click Next. And then we continue on through questions that I'm sure that you're familiar with that are currently on the functional screen. Now this section here is the attestation screen. If the person who's filling this out for the initial functional screen, since I chose initial, this needs to be filled out by a clinician. If this person is someone, let's say that's on your staff who has a login, say they're the ones that logged in and filled this out, you can say that it was not an external person, and they'll be able to electronically sign this form right here using their name, the date, and they can click next. If you'd like, you can add a service coordinator's name as well. If this person was external, meaning that they don't have an account and they're not the ones that logged in and completed this form, you can click yes that they were external. It'll ask for their name. And then when we get to a future screen here, we'll need to upload a signature page for that person signing to the fact that they did do this functional screen. As an internal clinician, I'm going to say no and click next. For every functional screen that's uploaded, we need to have a copy of the AA eligibility letter. And what this means is the letter that you sent to the family notifying them of their eligibility status. So we simply put that there. If you'd like to upload additional documents, you can. Depending on the category, you'll have different choices in the document type. You also have the ability to upload documents separately from this process if you decide you need to after the fact. So we're just simply uploading the eligibility letter and clicking submit. Once we click submit, this will be generated into a PDF and it will be available for BDS to see in near real time. So they'll be getting a notification on their dashboard that they have a functional screen to review. You'll notice on your dashboard here, this person has moved into a waiting level of care determination. If I click that there, I can see the 2 people that are waiting for that to be done for. This is a good way to keep track of who you're waiting for a response on their level of care. You can search for functional screens coming to the search existing activities section by clicking functional screen. Again, you don't need to put any criteria in. You can just get a list of all your functional screens. I can also see what I just submitted for Harry here by looking at this PDF version. This is the same document that BDS is going to see. So they'll receive that notification on their dashboard. They'll review their functional screen document, and then they will enter level of care approval on their side. Once that's done, the individual will proceed down through the series of statuses. Thank you.